Very good afternoon. Welcome to Crime Vlog Weekly. My name is Hartley, or you can call me Citizens Hartley. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a policeman, I'm just a basic citizen just like you, getting to know all the stories around, well, I can say worldwide, mainly America, of course. They seem to have majority of true crime stories around, so this is where I come in, and I know a lot of you across in Australia or South America, North America, and in Europe, lots of people are not aware of many of the cases, the crime cases that's going on. So this is where we come in. This is your source. I am your source, Citizens Hartley. Okay, we're going to follow up on a video that I think I put this out probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure if you've seen it. If you haven't as yet, you can look back into the library of my videos. I do have at least 300 and possibly 65 videos there, so you can go back into that. But this one we're dealing with is the Karen Read murder trial. Bringing you up to date on this one. Before we get right into it, please hit that subscribe button. Don't get into the story and forget about the subscribe button. Also, like the video, and you can even share it with your friends and family wherever they are, because lots of these stories are very interesting, and obviously it helps us to be aware ourselves of what's going on and what can be and what cannot be. Okay, this one is what we call a whodunit trial. There's lots of different scenarios on this case with Karen Read. Basically, it's between her boyfriend's friends, which is a lot of police officers. She's not a police officer herself, but her boyfriend was, I should say, and I'm saying was because he's the one that actually died. His name was John O'Keefe. That was his name, John O'Keefe, and he was with the Boston police force for at least 10 years or more. And I think Karen has been the girlfriend for about 2 or 3 years. And they were together when they were in a younger age, around back at early 20s. And I think he got married, and she got married, and they went their separate ways. And now they're back. They're back together, of course. But what's happened here? He's ended up dead on the front porch of another policeman's property. Giving you a backstory of what actually happened on the 29th of January 2022. A group of people, including Karen Read and John O'Keefe, they all went bar hopping in the town. Towards the end of the night, they've exchanges texts between them, the groups, and they decided to go to an after party. This after party was at one of the officers' homes, 34 Fairview, I think that was the address where the after party was supposed to be keeping. So what the claims is that at present by Karen Read is that they were invited to this after party. She did not feel like going herself, so she drove her boyfriend, which is, as I said, John Read, who is a policeman. She drove him to the house, dropped him off, and her claims is that he went into the house, and that was the last time she saw him. Now, she then went back to his property, which is she have her own apartment. He has his, but she was staying at his place. that particular night. So she went back there. Towards around about 5 o'clock in the morning, she realized that he hasn't arrived back home, and she started making phone calls to a few of the people who was actually at the party to say, well, have you seen John? I haven't seen him as yet. He hasn't come back. And as far as we believe that the they say they didn't. They haven't seen him. He hasn't arrived. This is what was told. He hasn't arrived. And she said, well, um, between the three ladies, I'm not calling too many names at this present because we are not sure if everything's 100% correct. But between the two other people they were speaking to, they decided to meet up to go and look for John. Um, yes, they met up. They met. I think this was probably around about 5:30 in the morning. They searched, couldn't find him. They went back to where the house where the after party was, and on the approach to the house, they saw, well, apparently, I think Karen spotted him first on the line on the grassway. I think he was covered with snow and lying very unconsciously. She panicked. She went into the panic, ran out and held on to him, and obviously trying to get him revived. She realized that he was cold to the touch, and one of the other parties, I think I'll just call her name at the moment as Jennifer, called the 911 services, I should say. I nearly said 999 because I'm based over here in the UK, and our emergency services here is 999. But yes, so one of the ladies called 911, and they attended, and statements was taken at that point um, from the emergency services at that time. And beyond that, he was pronounced dead. I think he was actually pronounced dead back at the hospital. All this time, Karen has been in panic stations, so forth. Meanwhile, one of the police investigator came in and obviously asking the questions they have to investigate. Um, his investigations led to charging charging Karen for as a hit and run. Um, he claimed that after his investigations, he claimed that she had dropped him off. They had an argument, and she reversed the car, back into the body of John Keith, and left him there and drove off. This is the claims by the uh, uh, chief chief police officer. At a later stage, I'm just giving you a brief at the moment because we're still putting it all together, and we wouldn't know the full story until it actually starts to come out in court. Because at the moment, the prosecution's got one angle, obviously Karen Reid has got another angle. So, and we haven't heard from all the witnesses as yet. But during the trial, I'm sure everything is going to be brought out. Yeah. So at a later stage, the police prosecutors, I should say, they upped the charges to murder one, as I should say, to Karen Reid. So they rearrested her and took more statements at her home and at the police station. And obviously, she is currently out on bail. She has got a lot of support, I must say, and the reason how she's managed to get this support, a blogger on YouTube. His name is Turtle Boy. He first got hold of the case, and he found that a lots of things didn't add up. So he's got around about 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he got his followers involved into this particular case. And with all the circumstances that he put across to them, no, I should say most, everyone is thinking, well, why is this lady being charged with all these different scenarios? It looks like she's not guilty, so she should not have been charged for this particular incident. Obviously, someone did die in the night, which was John O'Keefe, and obviously we need to find out who done it, how did he end up dead on the front porch at that time in the morning. As I said, he was discovered around about 6 a.m. in the morning. But as I said, there's lots and lots of different circumstances on this case. Moving you a bit forward to the prosecution. Again, the prosecution, they absolutely convinced themselves that she was drinking on the night excessively, and they're definitely claiming that she and John had a serious argument, and she got angry and reversed her SUV into him, causing blunt injuries to his head, arm, and other parts of the body, which obviously the coroner has given a report so far of what actually happened. Gonna stop there. Don't forget to subscribe, please, please, please. Subscribe and like. I will continue. Yeah, so the prosecution, as I said, is absolutely convinced that this is what happens, that this case only points towards Karen Reid in an angry and drunk state on the night, allegedly ran her vehicle into her boyfriend John Reid, who is a Boston police officer, and getting back to other evidence, other evidence on this particular case. I did say that what's his name? Turtle Boy. There's so many names in this; it's unbelievable. Turtle Boy, as I said, he is a blogger on YouTube. Got hold of the case and made it public. In actual fact, it's actually gone worldwide at the moment, and he's got lots and lots of supporters. The supporters actually turned up at the court on the first hearing, because there have been many hearings for this particular case. It's been going on for about 2 years now, and his supporters turned up on the day screaming, free Karen Reid, free Karen Reid. This is what was going on. I think I can actually give you a clip of that. Let's see if I can get that up. What happened during one of the...
Imagine one day you wake up and your daughter is telling you, Dad, they're telling me I killed John. They're telling me I killed John and I'm scared. And then you go.
We're the only ones fighting for the truth of what happened to John O'Keefe. And me and my family and my attorneys and my team have marshaled every resource to get to the truth. It just feels like no one else wants it.
Free
Karen Reid! Free Karen Reid! Free Karen Reid! Free Karen Reid! Free Karen Reid! Free Karen Reid!
Yeah, that's it. So it's that's what's been going on, where it's free Karen Reid, free Karen Reid. So she's got lots of support. That was quite a lot then. Now is multiplied by thousands, and as I said, it has gone worldwide. she has got lots and lots more support. But everything boils down to the jury. I'm not sure why we've got a vibration. Trying to get rid of that. Yeah, everything really is down to the jury to listen to the evidence and come back with a verdict. Most people think the case should have been actually thrown out by the judge. The defense has tried, but obviously the judge has not agreed to throwing the case out. So she actually wants to go ahead with the trial, despite lots and lots of statements that has been made by the defense in her favor, such as they're bringing in the third party, which is to say that there were 11 other people at the home where John's body was found, and none of these 11 other people has been charged. I'm not sure if you did see. I'm not sure if you did see the other people. Yeah, no. Okay, I was trying to say if I could get that up, but I can't at the moment. As I said, there were 11 other people in the house, and none of them has been charged or even brought into the situation regarding this officer's body being found at the house. If you look to the left now and again, you will see that large house. This is the house of Brian. His name is Brian, another Boston police officer. He hasn't been charged either, and apparently there have been some behind the scene. There have been behind the scene investigation on the other people that was in the house, but none of them has been charged. But the defense is definitely making out that it was not carried out or shall I say, she was not responsible for the death of her boyfriend, and they're now up to date. They're saying that it is one of the other people who was in the house. In actual fact, they're actually claiming that the house, they actually had a dog, and they're saying that there've been some dog scratches on the body of John O'Keefe. This is after he was found in the snow, very unconscious. They said he had scratches which seemed to be from a dog, and also some blunt force around his eyes and at the back of his head. So what the defense is claiming that after John O'Keefe entered the house of his other police officers, there was some sort of argument, and they got in a fight, and he of course died. This is what the defense is claiming, but as I said, we're not 100% sure yet. Once all the facts comes out in the trial, we will definitely know what's what. Bringing you up to date again, so far the house has now been sold by that police officer, Brian. The house has been sold, the dog has been sold, which we have to say that opens question marks. We can't make any definite claims of why the house was sold, but so far it has been. I do have a cold. I go and have to press pause. Goes on interruption there, live interruption. Okay, where was I? Right, don't forget to drop any comments you might have from what we're doing here at Crime Vlog Weekly. My name is Citizens Hartley. That's not my first name, Citizen. My first name is Hartley, but as a layman, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a policeman, I'm just interested in crime stories worldwide. So I'm a citizen just like most of you, and I'm just bringing you the stories that's going around, especially over there in America. They seem to have the most interesting crime stories. So this is where I'm at. Okay, losing track of where I was at the time. Uh, gonna try to get back to where I was after that rude interruption by the phone. Okay, I think I was saying back at that time that so far that house has now been sold. The dog has been passed on to someone else. Uh, so they have not been able to um, investigate the home where Karen Reid claims that where she dropped off uh, her boyfriend, and she claimed he actually went in. And as I said, had that home hadn't been sold and the dog, I'm sure they'll be able to collect evidence on this. This is obviously part of why everyone's uh, not happy with the charges towards Karen Reid. Um, so here we are. Um, this week, I think starting either on Tuesday or Wednesday. Right now, they're going through the jury selection, and it's not easy trying to choose a jury where a case has been very much publicized. This one has been very much publicized, and obviously seemed to be taking at least two weeks to be able to get together 12 jurors plus some alternatives, uh, just in case anything should happen to the 12 that are first picked up. Okay, so that's hopefully the full trial will be starting on either Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to bring you as much as the trial facts as possible, and I do need you to be in tune on. We probably might be doing a video every day or every 2 days, but we'll see which way it goes. We will most definitely bring you the interesting ones. On the left there, as you can see, that is John O'Keefe. He's the Boston police officer that lost his life, and that's the judge. Um, Beverly, I think, is her name. Connolly, I think it's Beverly Connolly. That's the judge who's in charge of the case. Currently, there's a lot of motions that's still going on between the defense, prosecution, and the judge, because obviously the judge, the prosecution want to keep many things out of the public and the jury's ears, let's put it that way. So, and obviously the defense obviously want as much things possible to be heard, to make it transparent. So the judge have to make her mind up what she's going to let in and what she's going to keep out. But I think, I think just open it up. Just let the public know exactly what is what, who's who, and keep it open. One of the most important bits, I think, is the other 11 people that was in the house. They have to be called up and give their side of the story, because what I can't understand, if the body was found at around 6 o'clock in the morning, a.m., they had an after party. Many people left the house that night sometime between 12 and say 2:30 in the morning. So why is it they could not see the body when they come out in the early part of the hours? That's a big question mark, and I'm sure that needs to come up within the trial. And also, allegedly, there's a story that one or two, I think, no, probably about 3 or 4 of the family that was there on the night was meant to have a sleepover, and this sleepover didn't take place. They decided to leave the party a little bit earlier. So again, why didn't they see what happened? Another angle to it. Early in the morning, the person that was clearing the snow, there was a snow cleaner was there, and as he drove past the house, he claims he did not see a body. Whether it was because it was a very snowy blizzard night and the body was covered at that time, I don't know. But this needs to obviously come in the case also. So the prosecution and the judge needs to open up and let the public and the jurors know as much information as possible so that judgment can be made and the right decision, whether guilty or not guilty, needs to come into it. So, what else can I say? What else can I say about this? The dog, to me, they need to find that dog and get the DNA from the dog and match it to the DNA on the hands of John O'Keefe, just to check to see if it was the dog scratches that they found on him, or whether those scratches was done as the prosecution say the scratches came because Karen drove her car or reversed her car into the body of John John O'Keefe. So many names, trying to remember all these names. Okay, but yes, this case is promising to be a big one. If you remember the O.J. Simpson case, this is going to be on that level. And wherever you go now, you're hearing people talking about this worldwide, looking on all the comments all across the internet. People worldwide are talking about this case and looking forward to the trial so they can be sure of exactly what happened. I'm trying to think what else I can bring to you, so give you a taste of what's been going on. Also, Turtle Boy, there's a bit I actually forgot. Turtle Boy himself, he's allegedly currently worried about his life because obviously he's been the one who has been pointing a direction at that it is someone in the house, and it is a cover up of someone in the house who caused this death of a fellow police officer. So he's been getting in threatening situations. He's actually being charged by the local police for interfering with the case and witness intimidation. So that's an issue. That's an issue for him. He's currently on bail on that, even though he's still commenting on his website. If you want to check that out, his name is Turtle Boy. If you put that into YouTube, you would actually find his channel. Very interesting man. It's a bit blunt. He's a bit blunt, and he does say a few of the effings and whatnot. So be prepared for that. Be prepared. Be prepared for that. Okay. What's the other angle that we're looking on this case? Lost track of that now. We know the DA is not happy. The DA is not happy the DA is definitely not happy with Turtle Boy bringing or pointing his fingers over to the other 11 people in the house, but we think it's very important. Also, which also not long came in, the lead prosecutor, the lead investigator in this case is being investigated by the FBI. This is the latest angle. And he's being investigated on the same Karen Read case. Not much information has been given out, but apparently the lead investigator is being investigated about this case. And it's all about situations with those other police officers that was at the after party on that night. So this is another angle where lots of other information is going to come out in the court, in the court. So, as I said, it promises to be a very interesting case. We're definitely looking forward for this. And as I said, right here at Crime Vlog Weekly, we're going to be bringing you as much more of the information as it comes in on, from the courthouse. Well, I think that's it from me for now. Just trying to see if there's anything else I can bring you on this particular case. Mr. Yannetti and Alan Jackson, I think they're the two defense lawyers, top lawyers from the USA. They're the ones who's defending Karen there, and so far they're doing a fantastic job. And my take on it, even hearing this little bit of evidence so far, I think she's sitting in a good position. Obviously not now. She's going through stress and whatnot thing, but the prosecution definitely have to have all the ticks and crosses all sorted out, because it's going to be very, very hard to get this lady prosecuted and guilty of murder charges. It's going to be also a very difficult one for the juries. But once we get the evidence from the other people in the homes of what were they up to, and what time did they leave, and what was what, and what communications, and all the phone calls, what, not mentioning phone calls, there is something I did forget. One of the party that was in the home on the night did make not a phone call, did make a Google search at this was at 2:30 in the morning before the body was found. The Google search was, how long does it take for a body to, or how long does it take for a person, I should say, to die in the cold? I'm not sure if that was the exact words, but two along those lines. This was made by the defense. So I'm not sure how they got that particular evidence, but apparently a Google search seemed to have brought up this from one of the parties in the house. What is being said by the prosecution, this search wasn't made at 2:30 in the morning, it was made at 6:30 in the morning after they found the body. And apparently Karen Reed asks this other person, can you make this Google search so we know how long does it take a body to survive in this type of weather? As I said, we're not sure the exact words that was mentioned, but that all makes the case even more intriguing. So please hit that subscribe button so I can keep you guys informed, and let's enjoy this case together. And our condolences, must say, our condolences goes out to John O'Keefe, who died on the 29th of January 2022. It's now, what's the date? It's now, I think it's the 22nd of, this is the 22nd of April. And the full case, although they're doing a jury selection at present, the full case should open around the 23rd or 24th. So hopefully we'll get all the evidence there, and we will know who is guilty of this particular case. So I'm going to say bye-bye for now. My name is Hartley, or you can call me Citizens Hartley, and this is it, my Crime Vlog Weekly pullover. Still a bit chilly over here in London, and this is where I am. I'm in London, and we're dying for the weather to brighten up here. We keep getting all these cloudy and chilly days, but that's the English weather for you. Okay, I'm going to say bye-bye. I'm out of here. Please make some comments. Let me hear what you think. And I will see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.